Hi everyone, it's Artist from Main Carpentry and Construction Limited. This is our next job. In short, we're raising the garage roof, which used to be a flat roof. Now it's raised up by a fair bit. Also there's new extension, and the trouble was that this used to be only one skin. So what we had to do, we had footings done, and afterwards we had to put a double skin in everywhere, which included a neighbor's side as well, like so. So that all that had to be done. So yeah, basically this was done not by myself, obviously. I'm not a bricklayer, but by a team of bricklayers for me and ground workers, very good lads. So I have started with the joists. So I had to put plate in, use obviously laser level to set everything out, because it's A, it's quicker, and B, it's more precise. Secondly, how did I do obviously those joist hands? So you will need to use either 9-inch with a very new blade, depending on what length these hangers are on the back. Some a bit short, some a bit longer, so depending on a brand. So you need basically grind in this depth. So 100% 12-inch grinder will do. Sometimes, depending, if you get it in a poke joint, it's better, but when it's in a brick, it will be obviously not so easy, if you like. So yeah, that's what I did. I marked obviously, set my plate up, mark the line bottom of the joist, then I mark up where my slot needs to be to cut this groove, and I use grinder to cut all them in. So I marked on the wall where all the joist is going to be, so it's easier for me to put them in. And yeah, that was it basically. So I'm gonna have to carry on with the process. I've done first level. I've done this height there, so next will be these, and then that for me. So that's my next step to do. Yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy it, and I will catch up you in a bit. So once you grinded in your joist hangers, fitted joist hangers and joist, you got an option. You can do it before, like I've done it here. You can measure out all the joist hangers where they're going to be, and you can fill the slot with chemical resin beforehand, or you could actually fit joist hangers or joists into the position. That way you can cut your joists slightly longer, so it kind of pushes in and holds it more in where you want the hanger itself, because otherwise obviously it could be moving slightly. And also you can measure from joist to joist to make sure you got the right distance. In this case we are 400 centimeters, and from that corner we're going to be going 600 centimeters, because that will be for storage, this area. So in the drawings it's showing being lower, it's showing being so top being roughly on the side of this joist, but because owner wanted to have more obviously headroom, what we'll do, we'll put it same level, and then we'll have a double trimmer here which will be same level, and I'll have a bigger opening here so he can use it for storage to put stuff in. So we'll put double joists and trim it up, so he's gotten like a square, so he can use that to put stuff in, because the difference, you won't be able to use it to slide stuff in anyway. You would have to be very low to slide stuff in, so it won't work. You won't get too much in there, so I've decided to do it that way. So we'll have same level. I've spoken to architect, he's gonna make those little changes. He said yeah, it doesn't really matter. And then once we've done that, this will be at 600 centimeters roughly, and then we got another row to put in, which will be to take our roof joists, roof rafters, sorry. So, and yeah, ceiling line and roof rafters. So I think it'll be somewhere sort of this height, this level, but I will double check that once I've done these. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you how I resin these in and what I do with it, with the slots. So as I said, it takes probably in this weather about hour and a half for it to set, but if that would be in summer, then you're probably looking about what, 20 minutes, half an hour, and would be set. So in a way you got more shelf life with you know, obviously these sort of temperatures. You don't have to rush too much. So yeah, I'll just finish off filling these in, and we'll start setting the joist out here. So as you can see, I use just a packer. That way you can force in the clean up and push in the resin. So basically repeat the process when it comes to it. And now I'm gonna start setting this out. As I said, we're gonna go same level, because if we drop it down for that storage space, it'll be too low. It'll be pretty much the way it is, so I don't see really the point of it. We better make space up here like that, and then yeah, like an opening so you can use it for the storage. It'll be more practical, and it will have his head height, which is primarily basically reason why we're doing this job. So yeah, I'll set up the layers level, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Once you've got your joist hangers in, you got an option. Either you can put your joists in now and do your resining after, or you can resin them now so they're solid for next day, or depending on time when you do it. So I've done as many as I can. As you can see, one there in the corner I'll just have to do with the drill bit just to get one side in, because the way it sits where it is, and then obviously a few will be bricked in later date, basically because of how it works out. So yeah, I will have to strip that roof back off, same other side, but I'm not doing it just yet to keep it as long as possible dry, or you know, as it is, because we got electrics there, so I don't want to really risk it just yet. So technically I can build, I'll put our second row of joists in, which are ones where our pitch will go into, if you remember from drawing. So I will do them next after I finish with these, and then after that I will be able to get the ridges in position, and yeah, and then we can start pitching the roofs. This will be the gable end, so we'll have to go over slightly like the originals are. We're probably not going to go as much, we'll probably have 100 mil over the gable end, our roof. So yeah, that's where we are. So what I've done, I've heated the nozzle so I can poke it where I want it. Obviously, because it's cold, it's brittle, so it breaks, so you'll need a heat gun or something like that, or lighter, whatever you got. And yeah, so I will get them mechanically fixed and I will pitch you in a bit. So now we are getting ready to get our angles and start pitching the main gable end, which is this one here, because obviously other roofs will link into that, so we need to get that first. I personally prefer, as with furniture, draw everything on a wall, because you go only by assumption that rafters will be, say, angle or pitch will be, say, 41, 42, whatever they claim it is. So it actually worked out that the pitch, which was proposed to be 42, is actually 40 degrees, the old roof one. So obviously we had to change that. So it's easily done when you draw it out. You can obviously see where the ridge will sit, etc., and your rafters, and that way you can work it all out. So also what I've done, as you can see, I've put joist hanger where the ridge will sit, so I will resin that in. I also have marked out on the wall where our trimmers will be for taking the ridge going into the garden, and one going to the road. So I've marked them all there. So I will place them, I'll position them in a way that I take like 1/3 of the 4x2 underneath out, underside of 4x2. So that's what you want to aim at. You don't want to be taking a lot more than that. That's the safest. So you don't want to be taking more than 1/3 out of the timber where possible. So that's what I do. So yeah, just thought I'll let you know where I am at. I've done the ridge. Next step is to grind in slot for double joist hanger either side to take ridge boards, which are gonna go that way and that way, and then we can start pitching the roof. So I know my angle. I used a piece of wood to make sure it's what it is, and yeah, so I'll just crack on. I'll catch up with you in a bit. So these three are our points 1, 2, 3. Obviously on a drawing it looks slightly different, but in reality it's slightly different. What we had to do is drop ridge height by 50 mil, because the measurements which are given, they are from actual concrete, and this floor has been raised by about 50-60 mil. And secondly, because if we wouldn't done that, then our roof would be too tight to that binder, and so we wouldn't be able to weather it properly, so we had to slightly change it, but that's, you know, one of those things. It's not by much. Angles all the same, angles all are the same, and we just had to slightly alter it, drop it lower, so to make sure that it does clear when we get roofing done. So yeah, these are done. So next I will cut some double joists, and then I'll prop temporary of these joists, because then either we brick them in or we put them on joists. Probably we'll put it on joist hangers as it should be, but I'll leave them slightly long, and then we can trim them off when we get to it. And so as for that, I'm gonna have to support it. So what I might have to do, I might have to put these two double joists in, so I can put a temporary timber there to prop this up, and so I can also prop the ridge up from the temporary, just to hold it up, so I can easier do the roof, pitch the roof. So because obviously that has to go up slightly more, or oh no, actually it won't. What will happen, we're gonna put our, this is our roof joist, so our pitch will come into here onto that, and we're gonna have to form a little like a box gutter for water to run out. And so is there, you can see I marked it yesterday, so this is where it's gonna be. So it's gonna come again, another box gutter here, so the rafters will come this way, these gable end ones like that, and they will be fixed on the side of our joists, and that's how it's going to be locked in. But firstly we need to pitch this roof, and then we can get everything else done. So yeah, hope you're enjoying it, and I'll catch you in a bit.